and count. And I think that that's a great thing. I am director of Youth and Family Services for Hughes and Seminole counties. And I've been with the agency since its inception, since 1978. And the Youth Services was formed. We're a nonprofit organization, private nonprofit organization. We were formed by a group of citizens who just felt that there was a need for these types of services for our children in our area. And we have two main state contracts that which we provide services. We have a contract with the Office of Juvenile Affairs, and we also have a contract with the Oklahoma State Department of Health. And all of our services are free. We have counselors who provide individual, family, and group counseling. We also have some specialized programs such as Community at Risk, which is called CARS, and it's for kids who are kids and youth who are referred from JSU, those kids who have had some type of law violation or something of that nature in our community. We provide that services. And we also have a first-time offender program. And we are part of the Oklahoma Association of Youth Services. There are 39 youth services around the state of Oklahoma. So virtually every county is served by a youth service agency. You can look at the website, the Oklahoma Association of Youth Services website, and it will show you where all of the youth services agencies are located. We're a little bit different than most of the agencies in our state. We do not have a shelter. Most of the youth services have shelters, emergency shelters, but we do not. All of our services are outreach. To get back to our first-time offender program, our first-time offender program is a very successful program. The association initiated that program about 10 years ago, basically, and it's for kids who have gotten into some type of trouble, law violation, and also kids who are maybe referred by the school system. And we have a basic curriculum in which the child and the parent go through, and it's a 6 to 7 week program in which they meet once a week together. And it deals with such things as communication, setting life goals, also getting the kids to deal with their own consequences. Many times we find that kids don't look towards the future, they look at the present and not deal with what's going to happen ahead. And so in this program, we try to get the kids to look at not only their consequences of today, but their consequences of tomorrow as well, and get them into planning that. The research that's been completed on the youth services end of it, as for first-time offender, the recidivism rate is very, very low. It's about 5%, the last information that we receive in that regard. So we're really, really proud of our first-time offender program. Here at our agency, we call it PACE. We call it our PACE program. Different agencies name it different things, but basically use all the same curriculum. And then we also have a summer rec program that we do too during the summertime. COVID has really impacted our agency, I'm sure, like it has all of you basically. And so we've had to do some things differently with our summer rec. Last year, we did not have a summer rec program. This year we did. We did it on a limited basis, and we trimmed our time in which we provided the services. We normally do a 2-week period. We still did a 2-week, but we did 3 days a week this year, and we limited our participations to about 20 kids. But again, all the services that we provide are free of charge. We just try to hook kids and family up to whatever their needs may be. Which brings me into our next primary service, which is our Great Beginning program. Shay Alexander is going to visit with you just a little bit about the Great Beginnings program. Shay wears dual hats here at the agency. She's a youth and family advocate, and then she's also the Great Beginnings program supervisor. She does a lot of work in the school systems and a lot of work within the community as well. And Shay has been here at the agency for about 16 years. So she's knowledgeable about kids and families, and she's knowledgeable about what the needs are here in our community. So I'll let her just visit with you for a little bit, and then I'll do a wrap up when she's finished.
Hi. Like Beverly said, my name is Shay Alexander, and I have been with the agency for 16 years. Being a supervisor for the Great Beginnings program, and also being a youth and family advocate. With that, I also do groups within the schools, like she just told you, like she just said. I go into the schools, but COVID has impacted that also. But typically, I'm able to go into the schools and do different groups with the kids, ranging from kindergarten up to seniors in high school. And we talk about different topics that kids deal with on a daily basis in school that they wouldn't ordinarily get to talk about. But not only do we just talk about things, I make it fun. I play games with them. We include like an activity or games. I give out candy, and I really think that's why they like for me to be there so much, because they do enjoy my candy. But I try to make it as meaningful as possible. With the older kids, we talk about things like opening bank accounts, budgeting, setting up checkbooks. How do you balance those? Those are some of the things we talk about. Their future. What do you want to be? So those are things that I talk about in the schools. With our Great Beginnings program, we serve prenatal moms 28 weeks until the kids are 6 years old. It is a voluntary program, so it's not nothing that parents just have to do, but most of them want to do it because we do offer a lot. Some of the, we use the Parents as Teachers curriculum, which is nationally known. That's the curriculum that we use, and along with that curriculum, we offer parent-child activities, interaction. We do home visits and virtual visits. Right now, it's mainly virtual visits, which is by Zoom or telephone call. Before COVID, it was in-home visits where it was face-to-face. Child development screenings, we offer those, which is our ASQs. Child safety, depression, drug, and domestic violence assessments. We do those for the parents to make sure that they where they need to be, because if we got healthy parents, we got healthy kids. Also, we do monthly group connections. Anybody, you don't even have to be a part of our program to join in on our Great Beginnings monthly group connections. And we talk about different topics. This month, we're going to talk about back to school safety. How do you, prepare your kids to be safe during a pandemic, going back to school. Incentives, we offer incentives such as diapers, pull-ups, wipes, clothes, necessities. We have a whole baby store that they can shop in, that they can get free items for, that you don't have to spend money on. The Great Beginnings right now is in the process of hiring 2 new parent educators. So if you know anyone or you're interested in a position, please send us a resume to kidsok@sbcglobal.net. And I can put that email address in the chat for you.
Thanks, Shay. The agency is so proud to have Shay and all the other staff on board because we have a group of staff who really care about kids and their well-being, and it shows every day in the work that they do. Again, COVID has really impacted our agency in that, we've had to reframe a lot that we do in regards to individual gatherings and things of that nature. But we've learned to adapt and to do what we need to do to still make sure that our services are being given to those kids who need. Our biggest referral source are the schools, and secondly, our parents, basically. and we try to be very visible in the school systems so that they know that we're here to assist them in any way that they may need. And again, there are 39 youth services across the state of Oklahoma. Any of you can access those services. All services are tailored to their own community and their own community needs. We generally do a needs assessment every other year, and we'll probably be doing that one real soon, basically, just to refresh and make sure that we're doing what we need to do in order to meet the needs of our community. I'll entertain any questions or any concerns that anyone may have. And again, I noticed that Shay's put the our email address in the chat. And also I might add that we're also looking for a youth and family counselor as well. So give us a call or drop us a email, and we'll get back to you with any concerns or questions that you may have. Kim, I'll turn it back over to you, and if anyone have any questions, I'll try to answer.
Thank you so much, Beverly and Shai. We really appreciate you both presenting. I know that I just whispered to our new youth coordinator, Denise Haichi, and she'll be heading down your direction to have some more conversations about how we can better partner with you all. And I have hot jobs, so if you want to send me those postings, I'd be happy to do that and get them.
Will do.
And Dana just offered a job fair if that's something that interests you. So yeah, we'll be connecting with you and talking to you about that. So very good. Thank you. I think a lot of people don't realize that COWIB covers such a vast area. So my goal and objective is to try to bring some people from our eastern side to be able to come and talk about the resources that are there and available. It always seems like the further away you get from Oklahoma City, the less and less resources are available to folks. And we definitely appreciate all the great things that Beverly and her group do. And again, thank you for presenting. So I'm going to bring on our next presenter. Whitney Alvis is the Director of Small Business Development Center at Rose State College. Helping Oklahoma businesses succeed is their motto. She's also the co-owner of The Collective. I actually put down Norman, but she's going to tell you it someplace else. So I'm going to let her talk a little bit about that. I actually come to know about Whitney through a couple of chains of emails that I received. And it was important to bring her here today to talk about the great services that they're doing at our partnership with Rose State College. So I'm going to pass the microphone over to Miss Whitney Alvis.
Thank you. So this was not part of my spiel, and as she's working on the slides, I'll tell you that we too we're looking for an advisor in Miami, Oklahoma. So we have a partnership with NEO there, and so if anybody knows anybody in Miami, we are actively looking for a new advisor for small business there. So spread the good word. I'll just tell you a little bit about me while we work on the PowerPoint. I am, unlike the other two presenters, I am basically a rookie at my job, and I am a rookie at Rose State. So I just started at the end of June. I have been in private practice as an attorney in Norman for 16 years, estate planning and tax and other related business stuff. So I'll explain to you why that is, why that's kind of important. All right. No, you are good. I'm impressed that you guys know how to use this technology this well, because I absolutely would not. So how do we, you are guessing well. You are a master guesser. Are you going to click for me? Okay. All right. Okay. Awesome. You can click then. Okay. So as Kim was saying, I'm the director of the Small Business Development Center at Rose State. My contact information is here. You guys will not have to take any kind of notes, hopefully. The slides will provide most of the websites that you will need for anyone that is working with you. Kim's going to hand out some stuff to people in person. There's also some Rose State swag over here for those of you in person if you're interested. She will also email to each of you after this a PDF of very specific course schedules and everything else for the things that I'm going to talk about. So there will be a lot of detail in there that I will spare you from right now. Okay. Yes. Oh, can I just tap? I'll tap. I can tap for myself. Yeah, perfect. Thanks. Okay, so for those of you who are not familiar with the Small Business Development Center, we are a confidential, high quality, no cost business consulting, basically. So there are about 40 of us across the state. It is our goal to increase economic development for all small businesses across Oklahoma. So it is a network that exists across the United States. We are funded largely half by the SBA and half by our university partners. We're also developing some consortium partners with nonprofits and other entities around the state. We work very closely with chambers, economic development partners, and we have people all over. So this is a little bit outdated, but still pretty much accurate. We have people scattered all over. Our advisors multiplied by about 3 during COVID. So like everyone else, we had a huge onslaught of need during COVID, like every other agency. And although I was not working with SBDC at that time, estate planning was extremely busy as well. So, you know, it's interesting as we all learn how to move forward during this current environment, how many different aspects of everyone's lives were affected. But there are about 40 of us across the state, and we each have totally different skill sets. So while mine is succession planning and taxation and things like that, we have someone whose entire work history prior to this job was in healthcare. We have someone who does government contracting. We have someone who owned their own construction company, an ex-banker. So we have, if we do not know the answer, the right person is just a phone call away, and it is so awesome. So the network of people work really closely together, and they are really, really great people. They are just so anxious to serve the small businesses in our communities across the state, and it is a really wonderful service. So to the extent that you know of someone who's instead of actively looking for a job with another company, but thinking about going out on their own, we work with anybody from a total startup in their house, in their garage. They have a faint idea of what they might want to do, all the way up to 500 employees. So we run a wide gamut of services and have the skill set and ability to service all of them. At least we try very hard and find the answer when we don't know it. Moving on from SBDC, we are at Rose State partnering with the Del City Chamber. So I wanted to let you guys know about this job fair. It is October 14th from 10 to 4. I will be there, and we will be there. Rose State will have a table with SBDC there. So if anyone knows of anyone looking in that area, Del City Chamber has a job fair coming up. So for anyone who is looking for some educational experience that does not require multiple years of college education, this is a really amazing opportunity that I wanted to let everyone know about. The application deadline is October 1st, so it's important to let everyone know about it soon. But it's a scholarship created by Southwest Chemical, and it is for $1,000, which the next slide will tell you exactly what that $1,000 covers. There's one for each of the next 5 years. in the Rose State water treatment education classes. So there is an outline. You start at class D, you go to class C and then B and then A, and the scholarship actually covers D and C and the testing for both, and job placement and resume writing and interview skills and all of those things that go with it. For 9 days of class and a beginning salary of $37,000 to $43,000, we hope that there will be great interest in this scholarship. So we've pushed it out a tinge, honestly, because of this, and so we hope that there will be great interest. Do you have questions? Oh, sorry. Ooh, yes. All right, everybody can hear me better now. I bet. So this is what it covers. It's all of the classes that I just talked about, and the $1,000 covers all of it. There are some other requirements. There will be in the PDF that you guys get, but must be 18 years old or 17 and having just graduated from high school, some things like that. But it is a really awesome opportunity. Here are a few of those things. A link to where you can find the application. It's an easy online form. It's not very long at all. So it is kind of low-hanging fruit for some people who might be interested in this career path. Another certificate. So Rose State has a ton of online degrees in general, but a bunch of online certificate education opportunities, especially in the summer. They go on sale too, so they're really inexpensive. The global IT support has the list of things that it covers is substantial and impressive. 5 hours a week gets it completed in 3 to 5 months. 5 months is the max. At the end of 5 months, you're cut off from Google, but it's taught by Google. There is a conversion of completing that course, transferring into Rose, a process for getting credit for having completed that. So anybody that goes through this and starts IT and then wants to continue to complete some education opportunities at Rose has the ability to do that. The website for all of the certificates that I was just talking about, it's a little bit faint on there because there's a hyperlink, but it's training@rose.com. So it's not at roses.edu website, it's separate, training@rose.edu. Questions about any of that? There are a lot of classes coming up this fall. The schedule will be in the PDF. Very accessible. Do any of you in person have questions? No? Kim, questions? Yes. That is. So that is the basic for, yes, the question was whether that salary that I listed is a base salary, and she had heard at another venue that could increase. So that is an absolute base after you get through the C level. So get through the D test, get through the C test, to pass the test, it's 70%. But yes, that is the starting salary, typical, right? I mean, in the industry. So it varies also. That's why there's a range, but yes, it really good money, right? I know maybe we should all go into water treatment. When I hear those numbers, I'm like, gosh. So yes, that's getting through C. And then there's a B and an A, and it just increases in the number of hours that they have to spend, going through the training, but it really is awesome. So, and it is really needed, as is IT. I can tell you that in the Small Business Development Center, we have so many clients who need good IT people. The demand is absolutely unbelievable. Inside government contracting, the government is beginning to put in place October 1st. It starts very strict requirements for anyone who has a government contract, has to have very specific certifications and very specific cybersecurity pieces in place. And there just are not enough people out there to do the work that needs to be done to both train other people and to provide these services to everyone. Bookkeepers, small business bookkeepers and IT people are in such demand. It is unbelievable. So if anybody knows some good bookkeepers, please send them my way, because we have clients needing them all the time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a $20 booth fee. You can email me, or you can email or call directly Aaron Stevens at the Del City Chamber. Either way. It is, it's self-paced. There are some parts that are labs that you have to schedule because they are live and in person, but the vast majority of it is yeah, I know. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Anything else? I'm happy to. If I don't know the answer, I will get it back to you.